Welcome, students. This is Ms. Martin, and I'd like to introduce you to a book that I think is worth reading. This is a book called They Called Us Enemy. It's by George Takei. If you recognize that name, it's because he's also an actor and a social activist too. He was in the original series of Star Trek and played the part of Sulu. This is way back in the 1960s, but of course we still remember Star Trek, and Star Trek has come out with many different shows and movies since that time period that have a lot of commonality and a lot that's based upon that original series that he was in. So this book is actually about his personal life. This is about his own personal history way back in World War II. So during World War II, the American government told Japanese Americans, including Japanese Americans who were born right here in the United States, that they had to leave their homes, leave their jobs, leave all of their things behind, and go live in internment camps. And at this time period, George Takei was a little boy when this happened, and this did occur to his family. So in this book here, we have his story. And I think you're going to find that to be particularly interesting to have that historical connection there. But another thing I think you're going to find to be really interesting is that it's a graphic novel. And I know that kids these days really are enjoying the graphic novels. So I think that this is something that you're going to want to pick up and see if maybe this will be your next book. So I like to read the first page of this. It's a little bit of a challenge, of course, because it's a graphic novel, but at least give you a taste of what's going to be in this book here. Okay, this is an image here of George and his brother Henry. They're sleeping in their beds. And their father comes in and he shouts, "George, Henry, get up at once." "Do we have to, Daddy? I'm still sleepy." "Get dressed quickly." "What's going on?" "No time to explain. Wait in the living room while we finish packing." So it starts here in the beginning of where the family is leaving the home and they're getting their things together so that they can get prepared to leave their home behind, to leave their house behind, their jobs, and so forth. And this happens to thousands upon thousands of Japanese Americans at this time period. It's a wonderful book. I thoroughly enjoyed reading it, and I certainly walked away better informed than when I opened the book in the first place. So if that sounded interesting to you, grab a copy of They Called Us Enemy and give it a try. Maybe this will end up being your next book.